Welcome to Divine Encounters. I am your host, the Aquarius, the Oracle of Apollo, bringing, as always, with me wisdom of the divine. And as usual, if you're at home, bring your H2O every time you see Divine Encounters because we are always working with energy on this show and we will shift you. And if you feel like you need a shifting, you're gonna need some hydration. So to your health, to your blessings, and to the broadcast. And of course, we never drink alone. So if you're at home, we drink together. Thank you for being here. I am your host, Dominique Rivera, the Oracle of Apollo. And today I have a great and amazing, beautiful, inspiring story time for you guys. And we're going to be talking about a great topic you guys love, and that is angels. Right now, we have Tonya Lee, and she's going to be telling us how they shifted and transformed her life. And if you feel like you want to know how to work more closely with Angel and become one of my students, you can just contact me here. If you want to join free meditations and uplifting classes and know when Divine Encounters is happening, you can join me on my meetup. As always, you have an opportunity to win a free psychic reading with me. And all you have to do is share this broadcast either on the replay or on the live, comment shared, and then email me at divineencounters@E360TV with your question. And if you win, I will answer it live here on Divine Encounters. How simple is that? All righty. So now we're going to be bringing our hostess with the mostest, the one, the only, Tonya Lee. And I think she's down that hallway. Hey, girl. It's down here. Welcome. It's been a little while, but I'm so happy to see you.
Yes. So excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so grateful. We tried to set this up a while back, and then universe didn't align for us. But now here we are. And so before we get into the meat and the potatoes of everything, of course, who are you, Tonya Lee? Tell us a little bit about who you are. Don't get into your story quite yet. Let me move my microphone because I think it's cutting out. Tell us a little bit about who you are, and we want to get to know you before you jump into the meat and the potatoes. So, all right, I'll let you handle that.
Well, my name is Tonya Lee. I'm an intuitive psychic spiritual counselor, physical medium, remote viewer, and automatic writer, inner child and shadow worker. I am a widow. I have 3 children, and I'm in Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth, Texas.
Yes. And
we have quite a bit of people here cheering you on today. Hello, Ashley, Moon Butler, bueno, bueno, bueno. We have Michael. Hello, Michael, tuning in. Hola. And then you see me clicking on Diana. Look at all this love and support we have here. Hello, Diana. How is everybody doing today? I'm so glad and grateful that you're here. And I bet everybody, you guys know what the next part of this episode is. Has anybody been here enough to realize what's about to happen? Because if you didn't, we're going to be coming into the good news. Are you ready for some good news, Tonya?
Yes, ma'am. Always.
Yes, we are ready for some good news. So why don't we jump right into that, guys, and just get ready because something beautiful is about to unfold. I am New York. What a beautiful, hello, what a beautiful message was that. Oh, we have comments on the screen here. No audio and no video. I'm famous for Wednesday nights having no audio. Every week we have no audio at some point here. So let me read you the good news one more time because I don't want you guys to miss it. So thank you for holding in there. Let's go. Real quick, this was the good news, and we're only a minute behind. No biggie. Live TV. And essentially what we're saying here, let's bring this back up. Can you guys now see and hear me? I'm sure you can. You're stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. Listen to this. See yourself as strong and victorious. See yourself having enough. See yourself having more than enough, because this is an abundant universe filled with more than enough for everyone. Yet the energy format of this planet is about polarities. In this instance, it's about giving and receiving. And the key is to balance the two. If you only give, you'll feel drained, resentful, and experience lack. If you only receive, you won't enjoy what you have. So balance comes from fearlessly giving as you're guided, and then receiving with joy and gratitude. It's exactly like breathing. Both the inhale and the exhale are identically important. Practice giving and receiving daily, and you'll never want for anything. Okay, I hear you guys saying that I am choppy. I am not sure if it's coming in and out, what is happening there. Hopefully it's a little better as we go through this. Make sure that you guys know that the extra additional meanings for this sedna is having enough to eat. Your needs will always be provided for. Spend time at the ocean, swim with the dolphins, move to the beach or island, go swimming, sailing, or surfing, and give time or money to a cause that protects the ocean. Hello, Maria. Okay, so now, because every week we have a little bit of a deal with that, bringing back Miss Tonya Lee on. Hey, you're back again. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep. All right. So what do you guys think about that at home? Talking about this having more than enough. And I feel like it's very important that message is coming today because we've entered Mars retrograde, right? So it's going to feel like everyone is in it for themselves. It's going to be feeling like there might be a battle or an internal struggle. It's like all the polarities within ourselves are going to be coming up to the forefront. And for some people, that is the fear instinct of not having more than enough, right? Yeah. Right, Tonya? And so I'm glad. Yeah. So I'm glad that this energy is coming up to let us know that we will get through this. I think that's very important message to know that we're going to get through this together, one day at a time. Thank you, Ashley. One day at a time with the help of one another, supporting each other. So make sure that we stay connected, right? So let's just stay connected and uplifting one another as we continue to get through the rest of 2020. Speaking of 2020, how's your 2020 going, Tonya?
It's going. It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
No.
That's like just a little optimistic, a little pessimistic. You mix it in, and we get not that bad.
Exactly. It's been trying, but it's not that
bad. All right, so let's jump into your story. What story you feel like? Let's hear the why you wanted to share this story, and then let us know a little bit about the beginning and segue us right into it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think the most important thing I think about my story is the realization that that we all have a gift, and that we all have the ability to connect and use, whatever higher power you believe in, and angels and stuff of that nature to help and support you more deeper than you ever dreamed of, a lot deeper than you were ever taught. So I think that's really important.
And what we're taught is coming from that limited understanding of what's there, right?
Exactly.
And as these generations continue, we see that we get more open and more available to be open to trying new things and experiencing these energies and coming out of that time of dogma. So with each generation, it's like it just gets a little more easier, it seems like.
Exactly. And you know, why how I got here isn't actually the best way, or the preferred way, because I came through here uh, through a lot of grief. Um, but once you start to open up, you see how much you've really been connected all along. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't think it at first, but it's very true. And the more and more you get connected, the more you can reflect back and say, oh wow, now I understand what that was. Oh, I see what that was.
And
um,
it begins with just being open and allowing. And then in that allowing, recognizing that this was significant. See, what happens, I know happens a lot, is just people chalk things up to happenstance, to coincidence. And they're not
Mhm.
recognizing that there's a pattern here, a continual pattern that is actually, creating these little micro movements and aligning them with the direction that is most natural for them
Exactly.
and for you.
um, oh yeah. I had many, many angels along my way, and I didn't really realize it. And spirits, now that, what I would called imaginary friends, because that's what I was told they were. Oh, Tanya and her little imaginary friends again.
When you say imaginary friends, is this when you were little that like adults would refer to you interacting with something as imaginary?
Yes, yes.
So what did that look like?
Um, well, to me, it just looked like people. Now, um, in that time frame, excuse me, it was kind of weird for um, my family. So they did put me someplace, excuse me, to test me and see if I was crazy or whatever. Um, but that was just for, a few weeks, just to kind of see. I don't know. I don't really, I just remember bits and pieces of it because I was very young.
You have
But
Amanda saying, "Hello, dear Tanya." I'm guessing she's one of your friends, or she's just being
yes.
super supported.
Hello, hello. But there was very definite times. My childhood was a little different. I left home at a very early age 10. And I had very loud voices, very abrupt times that have stopped me from going that way or getting in that car or going with that friend. So now that I look back, I see what that really entailed. But it wasn't until I got involved in massive grief, did I even open up to. I knew that I knew I heard from God from time to time. I really
Mhm,
did know that.
mhm.
But all those other, what I called coincidences, and being, just, I'm just blessed, I'm just lucky, um, turned out to be a little bit more than that once I started opening up and connecting.
So you went through a massive time of grief. So is this where we want to start our story?
Sure. I lost my mother. Um, and I was getting ready to go to her funeral when a piece of my colon broke off and I ended up in the ICU. So I had like 3 years of just surgeries back to back.
What
And
do you wait? Pause. Broke off? How does that
that
just break off?
it
Wait,
just,
I mean, it just breaks. It can just break off. I mean, this is news to me.
yes. I had a narrowing in my colon that I guess they said I had probably most of my life. And since I didn't really go to doctors at a young age or anything like that, it was never caught. So it just broke off. And then that was very, very close to my goodbye call, because
Wow.
yeah. And then then another piece broke off while I was in the hospital. Luckily I was there, but I had to have some surgeries, and one thing led to another. So about 3 years later, I got better, and got to get back to work, and but I couldn't do the work I was doing anymore, so I was working
Okay.
from home. My husband started getting sick, and within
Wow.
4 months of him getting sick, he passed away. um, uh, and then 5 months later after that, my brother was found in his apartment, and he was already passed away, and I identified him after 2 weeks of him being um, gone.
So this, how long was this time frame? Because that is a lot for anybody to bear. Period. Losing one person is a lot, but then it was like all three together. Was this a short time frame or this?
uh, my mother passed, and then in 3 years my husband had passed, but that whole 3 years is kind of like a blur, kind
Right.
of, because of a lot of surgeries. And I was having, I did, I saw things and heard things, but I thought it was pretty much medication.
Okay.
And then my husband passed, and it was 5 months later my brother.
Wow. That is a lot. So what do you feel like transpired in this dark night of the soul time? What was happening at this time for you energetically that started to bring your attention to it to awaken you?
um, Playing with the idea of death, because
How so?
um, well, with my husband, I was there when he was cremated.
Okay.
um, and that part didn't really hit me until after I identified my brother. Mind you, my brother had been dead a couple of weeks, a little over 2 weeks, so he was already rotting at this point. And just getting that close up, that rawness of death, that smell of death.
Wow.
And me and my husband were married for, we were together for 14 years, married 13. I just wanted to die, to be honest.
Yeah.
I just didn't want, I wanted to check out. And I had my son, you know, I had like my own little plan and everything.
So you were
But my
having like
son,
suicidal thoughts.
yeah, yeah. And I already had it planned out how I was going to do it. Um, um, and I was just waiting for the right opportunity to do it. And then I started finding feathers. I know that sounds corny, but these were big piles of feathers. They weren't just a couple feathers, they were like big piles. There was a pile when I stepped out of the car, there was a pile at the back door, there was a pile underneath the chairs, outside. And at first I just kind of blew it off like it was just birds, but that had died. But I had walked by, and my husband used to leave the lid to cover your food out on top of the microwave, and it used to really kind of irritate me. And I walked by and I saw that, and I opened up the microwave to put that lid back, and there was a feather inside of the microwave. So that really
There was a
made me
feather
inside of the microwave.
inside of the microwave?
Yes. And then
What?
the very next day, there was a feather laying on my keyboard. And so
So
my
when you
son,
started to see these feathers, what did you think this was? Like, I know you're saying maybe coincidence, but what did you think the meaning of these feathers were.
I had no idea. At first, I really thought the birds outside were just dead birds. Or, feathers were dead, connected to dead birds. But then, when you sweep up the feathers, there's no bones in there. And so me and my son kept finding this. This was
Oh,
all over a period of, a couple of weeks. And I'm like, I have no idea
okay.
what this is. What could this be? And and my son looked at me and he said, well, Mom, I hear Dad. And I'm like, what do you mean you hear Dad? Yeah, I hear Dad. And
Wait, how old is your son?
he was just 10 at the time.
Wow. And he hears dad. Oh my goodness. Go ahead. What and how are you feeling to this? I mean, because you've kind of had these little experiences here and there. So what are you making of this?
Um, well, I really didn't know what to really think. I was like, kind of like, well, how do I find out any information about this? And then an idea came, go online, go
Uh-huh.
look up groups. And I did. And then, later it became waking up with, a ton of change in my bed, water pipes. I mean, it went on and on and on, all the different kinds of things that were going on. And I kept reaching out to people, for, readings. And a lot of people could connect to my mother and my brother, but I couldn't find people to connect to my husband. And I got very frustrated. And I said, well, forget this. I will learn how to do this myself. And so I took a year of studying. I even took something with you. You're the one that taught me how to connect to the angels. Um, and I did a lot of studying and then started practicing. And here I am.
You started studying, you started practicing, and here you are.
Yes, ma'am. Um,
And when you're saying you're connecting to the angels, why don't you elaborate for that a little bit for the people at home who have never heard of the concept? Connecting to the angels? That's a thing?
yeah. To literally meditate and bring their divine energy in. You know, over the past few years, I've really developed some pretty deep relationships with the angels. And, um, if once you open up your energy and you're able, and you do your spiritual hygiene, you ground, protect, and meditate, you know, you make a dedication at it. It's not just kind of like, oh, well, today I might do it, tomorrow I might.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to be consistent with it. But once you do, then you start getting the downloads, you start connecting, you start seeing the synchronicities, you start hearing sometimes hearing the voices themselves. you know and um and that's what I mean by connecting. It it it's it starts with discipline on just learning energy first, and then applying that to your spiritual hygiene, and then building on it from there.
And how do you, first of all, Peggy says, Tanya's story is so amazing. So I just want you to hear that. Tanya's
Thank
story
you.
is so amazing. Okay. Um, and how do you feel like that has, when you say, I am here, who is this person that we're all looking at today, this Tanya Lee? Because you told us about the Tanya Lee that was fragile and vulnerable and not really valuing life. But who is this Tanya Lee that is sitting in front of us today? The Tanya Lee that has learned to connect with the divine, the Tanya Lee that has learned that soul continues after the physical body is gone. Who is this person here now?
um i I absolutely understand the meaning of a child of God in its fullest form, to be whatever God is to anybody, uh, to be a part of the whole. I'm somebody that is a part of the whole. I am now a ripple effect. And I, I can stand in my in my strength based on my spiritual team around me, and I'm able to offer healing and help to others. So I'm a healer, a warrior, and a ripple effect.
That is absolutely beautiful to just, you know, that is an inspiring message that we're all a ripple effect, that we're all part of this collective that is greater than us, and understanding that we have that support and that we are loved. And I really thank you for being here. And speaking of all of this divine energy and divine experience, I think we all know what time it is right now. Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time on Divine Encounters, I am a Reiki master teacher, integrated energy therapy master instructor, and now I'm going to provide you with 1 minute of distance energy. And all you have to do at home is put me down, put your hands, palms facing up, you too, Tonya, on your lap, and you're going to close your eyes. This is going to be exactly 60 seconds. And don't worry, I promise I'll tell you when to open your eyes again. And get ready to receive. And right now, I just want you to scan your body. And from 1 to 10, 10 being I am having the greatest day of my life, and 1 being I'm having the worst day of my life, where are you in your energy field? And just take a second for that. And then once you have your number, you can just let yourself know I'm receiving. I will receive. And here we go. And I'm going to send you now, starting now. And 60 seconds. Taking a breath in, letting it out. Visualize beautiful white light coming into the top of your head, your crown chakra, coming down into your spine, infusing all of your central nervous system with beautiful light, revitalization, shift, transmutation, upgrading, allowing that to expand to all of your organs, tendons, bones, muscle, blood, everything, every part of who you are into your cellular level. And keep breathing and expanding. And every time you take an in breath, you expand that much further. And on your exhale, you're releasing. And now take one more breath in deep. Send it to the ground. Send all your energy down, down to the ground. Visualize the drain of your bathtub with the water going down, 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 down. Bring your hands into prayer position or gasho to your heart. Bow to yourself, and you may open your eyes and welcome yourself back. Woof. I am absolutely buzzing with energy. And I hope you guys enjoyed that divine experience. And this is an interactive show. So me and Tonya are talking, but we also want to hear your thoughts about what's going on. I started this probably at a healthy 8 before we opened this divine channel. And I think I'm at an 11. I am buzzed. I feel like I just had 3 shots of tequila right now. So I'm glad for the grounding mat that I have beneath me, because I probably would just fly away. I really would just fly away. How about you, Tonya? What was your number before we started?
I was about probably an 8 too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about a 10 to 11.
Woo! We got a 10 party. We got a 10 party. It's a 10 energy party. Yeah. How about you guys at home? Let me know in the comments what you're feeling. From 1 to 10, of course, I want to hear your thoughts. There's so many of you here. And I'm not going on to the next topic until one of you comment, because that's how I roll. So go ahead and let me know in the comments how you are feeling. Look at this beautiful. Tonya stands in her power and helps people around her always. How beautiful is that? From Ashley Moon.
Thank you.
That's very sweet, Ashley. Thank you for that. Here we go. What Peggy says while people are commenting how they feel. I've learned so much from Tonya Lee. Been on her team for years. Ooh, Team Tonya. August Futura says, I felt it in my toes. And that's a great place to feel it because that means you're connecting to beneath you and you're grounding, which is what you want to do. You want to create that whole circuit and close the circuit. Amanda is feeling lovely. Augusta started off at 8 as well. And Erica says, my little one is pressing emotions while I take Reiki in energy. Okay, so someone's having polarities here happening, right? Amanda is a little lighter. She moved up 2 points, starting at 7 and ending at 9. Not too bad for 1 minute. Ashley Moon says, 10 now. Thank you. Hey, 10 party. Mealy Torres started at a 6 and now is at an 8. Great for you. Fantastic. And if you stay till the end of the broadcast where we do our midweek check-in, you're going to be even higher. Shaya was at about a 6 and now is at 8 or 9. I will take it any day of the week. Erica says she was initially drained, rested, and came on to catch divine encounters. I went from a 7 to a 9. We gotta love that. And Peggy was at a 6 and she's at a 10, at least tingling in the feet and the hands. And Diana was at a 7 and is now at a 10. You see what we can shift in just 1 minute of focused intention. And Tanya's talking about this the whole time, right? You know, consistency, and creating these habits. But within that 1 minute, you all shifted 2 points up. Now, what if you applied a daily practice to that? What if you added meditation or an energy modality to that and did this daily? You would be superwoman. Even more, right?
Yes.
Even more. So, Tonya, is there any other stories you want to share with us that you feel like have really transformed you? Because we still have like 10 minutes of talk time before we jump into the midweek energy collective check-in that we do every week. Because Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time, I do your horoscopes, blessings, forecasts every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
I guess just know that I think it's important for everybody to understand the main thing that's important is connecting and controlling your energy. I think people get so wrapped up in wanting to do what they see other people do
Yes.
that they lose that connection. They'll do it for a little bit, but then they get kind of sidetracked. Well, I want to learn how to read cards. No, I want to learn how to do Reiki. Oh, I want to do that. But they don't do that inner healing. And the biggest thing in that whole year that I was studying was deep healing.
Yes.
You know, and that's very, very important. Otherwise, you will just find yourself blocked later on because whatever you didn't heal from will come and hit you in the face, no matter if you're connected or not.
I agree with that. And I also feel like a lot of my students, they come to me to learn mediumship and learn other things, but I indirectly teach them how to become a medium through the manner of their healing. So it's all of and Tonya knows a little bit about this because we worked with the angels together, but she was opening her gifts, if you don't mind me speaking on it. She was opening her gifts by connecting to the angels, but in that same token, the angels were assisting her and clearing her cellular memory areas and allowing for transmutation of that energy to not just give her a more clear and open channel, but a really, truly clear channel because she's healing from something within. And that's important. And I tell all of my students from day one, if you want to be a good medium, a good psychic, or whatever have you, you want to work great with cards, heal first because you are the vessel of the channel. And if your channel is not clean, how possibly could your communication be fluid? How could that even be a trustworthy source if you yourself are not a clean channel? And for many, it's like, okay, but we don't do it. We surrender, right, to the divine, and they're the ones that do it. Yes, they are, but we have to be willing and open channels. And we want to be the best version of that as we can so that the best, most benevolent, highest energy can flow through us. Yes. And then while we're learning that, to not become egotistical about it.
Exactly.
That's the thing. That's key. We need to ring a bell for that one. Yeah. Yes. Erica says, yes, deep healing is essential. How do you find, here's a question you want to answer, Tonya. How do you find this deep healing?
Um, personally, I would say within your shadow work. Shadow work is really key because we might have a situation that causes us pain, um, but then there will be the ways that we deal with pain and different parts of ourselves that we're unaware of that will make us carry things over or make us deal with things certain ways. And so um, I truly believe shadow work is very important.
Yes, I also agree with that. And just so you guys know, for some of you at home who are not familiar with shadow work, essentially, shadow work is working with parts of ourselves that we have suppressed or denied. Because at some point, when we have demonstrated certain characteristics of ourselves, love has been either conditional towards us or love has been completely revoked from us. And so, because of uh, our not wanting to be cut off from love source, we suppress or deny those personalities or traits or habits just because we don't want to be separated from what we thought we think is love, but it's really love on condition.
But once
Has
you
anybody
really,
here? Go ahead.
once you really get to that level of knowing yourself, then you're able to unconditionally love yourself. Doesn't mean things doesn't come about in life because people still die, bad times
Yes.
come, things of that.
Yes.
But you just have these tools in your spiritual tool belt that you know how to handle things differently and you have a different reaction to it, and you have faith. Um, not faith as in what, once you get really connected with energy and everything, faith takes on a totally different meaning than what um, the church says.
Absolutely. And this is true. And we build this by trusting, and like how she said, she looked into those feathers, right? She made sure that she did all her homework and looked all around. And then with that faith, you built this ability. And maybe you didn't even know would get to this point, but here you are, right? And
Oh yeah, that was never that
yeah.
was
So
never my children really were, especially my two older children. My younger son, he was my cheerleader, but my two older ones were like, mama's kind of losing it over here. We really need to kind of watch her. Because I'm like, oh, I'm going to be taking this. I'm going to learn this and da 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 da. Oh, I'm going to get one deck of cards. Wait a minute. I'm going to get another. I'm just going to get one crystal. Oh, no. You know what? I'm going to jump on a live. They're like, what? Oh, I'm starting a page. Oh, I
yeah,
have a website. They're like,
upward,
okay, you
onward,
give up,
forward.
mom. You just go, girl. You just go.
That's right. Onward, upward, forward. I am so proud of watching you develop. And from where you were to where you are today, I am very proud of you. And let's put some of that skill set to the test here. As we can see by my highlighted comment, we have the Apollo games happening. And this is the intuition building games where everybody, including you guys at home, get to participate and work on your inner child energy, which is basically your shadow side. So let's help it out a little bit. Yeah. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring up a game, and all you have to do is guess it correctly. There's going to be 4 options on the screen here, and then I'm going to let it play, and then I'm going to give you guys a second at home to figure it out. Are you ready, Tonya? Pay attention.
Okay.
And if you win, because we are so generous here at Divine Encounters, you are going to get from me, a social distancing high five, okay? Because this is what everybody's been asking for. So let's go. From the following selections, what do you think is beneath the fabric? Okay, make sure you put the... Okay, so you saw your options there, Tonya?
I didn't see the options. I was looking at the pictures. Sorry.
Okay, so your options was selenite lamp, salt lamp, quartz lamp, or what was the third one? Let's check it out. From the following... Okay, amethyst lamp. So from those 4 things, what is underneath of that fabric? And you guys at home, You have to let me know in the comments under those 4 things what is under the fabric. And the options one more time was amethyst lamp, quartz lamp, selenite lamp, and salt lamp. So those are your options. So you got till the moment I put this lizard comes off the screen to put your comments, answer in the comments. All right, let's go. Okay, Tonya, what's your answer before we reveal it?
Quartz lamp.
All right, let's go. From the following selections, what do you think is beneath the fabric? Okay, make sure you put the answer in the comments. Here we go. Selenite. Did you get it right? Hey, let's see who got it right. Got it right. Let's see who got it right. Peggy got it right. This is for you, Peggy. Tonya, you can totally give her one too. It's okay. We're all generous here. Yes, for Peggy. Philly Doug says selenite lamp. High five for Philly Doug. He got it. We got some quartz lamps here. You guys had a lot of fantastic guesses. And not that you guys didn't do a good job and that you're losers, because there are never losers here on Divine Encounters. You just didn't get it right. But you guys had great guesses here. And let's see what the most popular guess was. The most popular guess I'm going to say is the quartz lamps. Quartz lamps. Amanda says that was her second choice. Okay, I see you there. So keep building your intuition here with me. And if you enjoyed that, you can check out my TikTok, Oracle of Apollo, and I post a daily development intuition game so you can work with your inner child every day, because that's an amazing ability that we all should have. Let me get this blur out of here. Okay. So Tonya, let us plug yourself a little bit here. No need to be ashamed of anything. Let us know where everybody can get a hold of you and what services you offer so that we can all follow you on your platforms.
Okay. Well, I have several. I have my page, the Unique Tonya Lee on Facebook. I have 2 groups. One is a learning and development support group, Awakening Your Soul. Another one is for the children. I'm an advocate for the children, so I have a group for that. I have a Patreon where you can become a member, and I can work with you on a monthly reading, where each month the reading will develop on top of it. Onto the next one, and you can also support the marches and the things that I do for the children on that Patreon. I'm on all social networks. I have everything is the Unique Tonya Lee, so you'll find Patreon, Instagram, Discord. What else? I have my own website, TonyaLee.com, and I think I mentioned it all.
All right, so you guys know how to get a hold of her. So if you're interested in working with Tonya Lee, there she is. Is there anything specific that you work with to let them know your niche?
Yeah, well, I'm an intuitive counselor, so I do counseling and life coaching. I also do a shadow work program. It's a very intense, detailed program. It's very, very detailed, but I can do life coaching sessions or counseling sessions. I do mediumship. I see spirit, so I'm and I can also touch spirit. So I do some pendulum and believer works. I'm an energy healer with my believer. If you're in the DFW area, I do holistic fairs on the first and second Sunday of the month. I'm live, that you can come there. What else do I do? And of course, I do lives all the time on my page. Make sure you follow, because I do free readings there. And I do cheap discount readings on my live as well. So if you want to get one of those on live.
Well, thank you, Tonya, for being here. We are so grateful. And thank you, everybody who's tuning in and listen to Tonya's story. And we're not done yet. Oh, somebody's plugging you right here. Awakening Your Soul by Tonya Lee on Facebook is a great group for learning and support. And we're not quite done with here yet, so hang out because we're going to be getting into the midweek collective energy. Thank you, Tonya, for being here, and I will
Thank
catch
you
you
so much.
later.
Mwah.
All right, everyone. It's that time of the hour coming into the midweek. I am your Yes, coming into the midweek energy forecast, and let's see what we have happening here. All right, we're going to be starting this off with. Actually, this is very interesting because on Sunday night we actually had Kuan Yin come in and visit us, and this is who we're starting off with. Release judgments about yourself and others, and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. And as we were talking to Tonya Lee, that kind of just matches right up. As we were discussing being united, be compassionate towards yourself, because when you are compassionate towards yourself, it's really going to allow you to speak that further, just like the ripple effect. Like Tanya was saying, that she became a ripple effect. You start to speak kind words and to yourself, and you will want to speak them for others, because you are going to notice firsthand how that shifts you. We have right here coming into, boom, blessings is the next cards that we have. Blessings of abundance. This week we were told that many beautiful things would be shifting, that many beautiful prosperous things would be happening, and now here we are in the midweek, and it's still reassuring us, okay, maybe it hasn't happened yet, but you have to recognize the blessings that are around you in this moment, so that way more blessings can come to you. Okay, so recognize the blessings that you currently have, and universe will give you more in plenty supply. We have Hamera happening. She is the rebirth. Let's get her in there. Rebirth card. So for a lot of us right now, we're in that middle of that spiritual awakening. We know and we recognize some things are coming to an end. The polar opposites have been spreading you apart, but now coming out of that ending, there's a new beginning. You're letting something go behind you. I feel Six of Swords energy here. So it's like leaving choppy waters, coming into more clear, calm, placid waters, some kind of landscape that you can appreciate. So recognize that there is beauty around you in this card, as well as a new beginning. I feel a new beginning is happening for you. And coming back now here, as we discussed earlier, with all those beautiful feathers that Tanya talked about, becoming synchronicities in her life. Synchronicities are happening in your life, and are you recognizing them? It is the question, because heaven is absolutely watching over you. Surrender that fear, surrender the uncertainty. Universe is stating here, surrender that to the divine, because they haven't left you. All right, the divine hasn't left you. You're going through a tough time. The medical report says you're not healing. The breakthrough hasn't happened. Money's not coming in. Universe is supporting you. They hear your prayers. They see your struggles. And all you have to do is surrender it, and then walk in that faith, knowing that they are assisting you, that they are supporting you, that they are with you. Recognize that happening in your life. And it's happening every day. Guys, I am not playing. I am not playing. Do you see this card right now? You know what? This is now the miracles bell. Do we see this card right now? This is Angel Ariel blessing everybody here with miracles. And miracles basically will never come to you in the way that you think something is going to arrive. Did you hear me? It is not going to come to you in the way you think it's going to arrive. The moment it does arrive and it exceeds all your expectations, that is a miracle. All right, understand that is a miracle. So recognize that it's not necessarily walking on water, but it is when something shifts, someone aligns on your path. Maybe you were getting a lawyer, and all of a sudden someone else took your case, so you had to get moved over. There is a reason for that, because heaven is watching over you, and they know what is in your best interest and what is for your greatest and highest good. And I want you guys to know, this card here, this is not a tarot card. This is a blessing card. As the integrated energy therapy master instructor. I work with vortex energy of angels and sacred geometry, and this energy is being expedited to you. This channel has been open previous to the program, and it is being expedited to you. Look at this. This is further amplifying the card we got a second ago. What card did we get? We had the blessings of abundance card. How many times do I have to tell you? This week is a blessing week for you all. Do not worry. Allow the universe to step in and allow them to guide you and gear you towards the direction that is for your highest and greatest good and highest and greatest healing. You have Angel Raphael here. He's the angel of not just healing, but he's also blessing you with knowledge. This is the epiphany. This is the knowing how to move forward. This is the new idea. This is clarity. This is new project. This is birthing. It's just like all of a sudden I recognize what I need to do, where I need to go, and how to make it happen. I can't quite see yet the finish line, but we don't have to see the finish line. We just have to be in our faith, walk in our obedience to ourselves, to that is greater than ourselves, our purpose, our path, our meaning, and we're going to always align with that as long as we're being genuine with the energy. Be authentic with the energy that's coming into you and allow that to guide you, and that's all it is. That is how you make your next decision. Does this align me with what I want, or does it take me further away from what I want? Because universe is speaking to you. They see you. They recognize all of those things that you have been asking for. All right, let's see here what is the outcome for the week. And we have, okay, I'm going to pull one more. Oh, this is good. This is very good. How do we stay in that alignment? How do we stay in that focus? It's kind of like I'm so focused on the future that I can't recognize the present blessings, the present moment. So be generous with your time. Focus on something that makes you feel generous, that makes you feel loving, and that makes you feel certain about who you are and about what you want to give to the world. Because as you're building that generosity in whatever form it comes in, it can be time, it can be helping someone out, it could be so many things. But if you're in alignment with that energy, your prayers are going to be answered because they hear it. They hear your prayers when you're in alignment with yourself. That vibrational frequency, when it's heightened, boom, they hear you. So recognize that they are listening and that they are guiding you. Again, you have vision. You had the knowledge card a minute ago. So this is all in alignment. This is saying, hey, don't worry. The rest of the week, we're going to be guiding you. Things are not going to seem like they should. And you're going to get more than you expected. So I hope this serves you guys all. And some of you definitely say that you needed that. And that makes me so very happy to hear. Again, I am on here every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. and every Wednesday and Sunday night. I like to tell you guys different days when I'm not even here, and I'm just like, why am I even saying that? Wednesday and Sunday nights at 7 p.m. and every week at 7 p.m. I bring on a new person, and they tell us a new story, a supernatural story time story. So please join me for that next week. And if you feel like you have a divine encounter story and you want to share that with us, you can go ahead and email me at divineencounters@e360tv.com, and I will send you an intake form so that way you guys can see if you can come on the show and share your stories with the world. All right. And don't be shy. You can share this replay after we conclude the program. Let's see here. You guys are so welcome. So very welcome. Continue on your journey. Soldier on. Take it one day at a time. Realize the synchronicities that are around you. You are all being so very blessed. And it's not because you're ordinary children. That is because you are the children from the highest high. So recognize that you all have a purpose. You all have a destiny, and that none of you are forgotten. Continue on to create divine experiences on your path. And for me, above all else, may you go in love, light, and wisdom. So know thyself, love thyself, and remember the divine always has your back. Ciao.